to a place where, I just couldn't rest any longer. I wanted to be a better man across the board. Mm-hmm. God was pressing on me that it's time to go to the next level in every facet of my life.
Right.
So God told me, I want you to select mentors to take you there. And so I literally wrote down all the areas in my life where I wanted to grow in. Mm-hmm. That was as a man of God, as a pastor. That was a husband and father. Mm-hmm. And then I was as a businessman. And so I prayed about it, and then in each one of those verticals, God gave me a person to position myself underneath, which is an incredible feat for a man, because what this is saying is that I'm going to submit myself to whatever this man over me is going to tell me, and to his wisdom. And so in my pastoral life, I set myself under Dr. Frederick Haynes. Mm. As a husband and father, mm-hmm. I set myself under Pastor John Wilson III. Okay. And then as a business person, I set myself under Benny Franklin. Now, the incredible thing about all of those, there was some overlap everywhere, because all of them are great pastors and, mm-hmm. and men of God in their own right. Mm-hmm. And so, but this is a place where I humbled my ego, because I got a little alpha personality. So, for another alpha male to go under another alpha male, you are putting yourself in a very vulnerable place. Right. So that leads us to this point. We're coming full circle. Mm-hmm. I issued an assignment that you look in your life, and if you're at a point where you need to grow, to go to the next level, mm-hmm. so we're not sitting in the same place that we're going to be sitting in next year, still watching scandals, still sitting over there, still not making strides in our business. Like, where's the book that you wanted to write? Where's the business that you wanted to start? Where's that ministry that God mm-hmm. planted in your belly? Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you have not done it. Well, the issue is that now you need to get yourself underneath some people that will require you to grow as a person in the totality of who you are. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do. So tell me, where you want to grow in?
Well, see, this is what I did. I took the assignment and I said, okay, I need to grow spiritually. Mm-hmm. I made myself a list, like you said. Mm-hmm. I need to grow business-wise. I need to grow as a woman, just several different things. So I made those lists, and then I really began to pray about, okay, now, who can help me? Who can guide me in this area?
Right.
And so God has kind of revealed a few things. Some I'm still praying about, but that's where I am. So I did start on my assignment, and I made those lists and really tried to see, like you said, who could help me, who could teach me, who could lead me in those, who I can humble myself to and trust their leadership.
Right. And that's right, because, the book of Proverbs really gets in there and tells us to seek wise counsel. Mm-hmm. Because, again, I make the reference when I was a young adolescent, mm-hmm. Going into be a teenager, mm-hmm. the people that I end up referring to about sex were other teens. Mm-hmm. And we don't know anything else about, what can another 13-year-old tell me about sex?
We know what we saw on TV.
Exactly.
which
which is craziness. And back in the day, I was sneaking and watching HBO. And so you got the television teaching me something, and then you got your peers doing it. Mm-hmm. Well, it is a priority. It is a mandatory as parents that we have to have these conversations with our children. Mm-hmm. And now as we go into an adulthood, we also need to be having conversations with our elders, the people who've been getting it right about business, about marriage, about personal growth, mm-hmm. spirituality, and growing in all those respects. So we got to do it. If you think that you're going to navigate through this life by yourself without any guidance, you're fooling yourself. You're setting yourself up to fail. Mm-hmm. It's all the same principle as how men never want to pull over. They ask for directions how to get up to a place. Uh-huh. We're going to keep looping around and looping around. Well, the problem with that, Carmina, is that you need to look in your back seat, or you need to look over at the passenger seat. Mm-hmm. You got your wife over there. You got your kids in the background, in the back seat. You got other people telling you behind you. Mm-hmm. The problem is now we getting them lost too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we have to get into a place where we can trust somebody to take us to the next level. And God is just requiring us to do that.
And Pastor, let me stop you right there. That's a good point, because is that why a lot of times we can't seek the mentorship or the guidance that we need, is because we can't trust anybody.
I think that's a big part of it, especially for men. You look at the majority of churches, you're going to see them filled with women. because women innately know how the necessity for them to be covered, and covered by, somebody who's submitting themselves to God.
Right.
Now, for men, and that's our call, we're going to be talking about men today, we have to get in that place where we are listening to God, You've heard the comments before and say, well, Pastor, I'm not trying to, it's hard for me to get led by him. That's like, how you going to get led by a parked car? Well, there's some truth to that.
Okay.
But the thing is that especially for a man, is that when I have that yearning inside my belly, inside my spirit, that is calling me to respond to God's call, I have to move on it. And the best thing, because there's so many ripple effects that are out there, that I have to do this wisely. And so that's why these men of God that God called into my spirit, that I submitted myself to, and then now it's for me to make sure. I just called Pastor Wilson to make sure I set up for our, Wednesday morning breakfast.
Okay.
That way I can talk about anything. Benny Franklin and I are starting a mentorship program. So we're doing that under Mindship. And so there's a lot of different things, because not only as I'm getting this and becoming discipled in this, then we need to in turn reach back and grab the other brother behind us as well.
Amen. 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 Well, if you're just tuning in, Pastor Cedric Raphael is here. We're going to take a real quick break, and when we come back, Pastor, I know you've got more to share with us, and we're really talking to men today.
We're talking to the brothers, and so I want to do this in love, though. Yes. You know what I mean? So I know I might ruffle some feathers, because we talked about a subject last night that kind of got me fired up, and about these sagging pants and where that comes from. Well, all these young men, and I guarantee you, and we're going to talk about this after the break, that if they had some fathers in their lives, that them pants will be pulled up over them nasty drawers.
And you know what, honestly, Pastor, we can't even just say it's the young men anymore. I'm starting to see more seasoned gentlemen.
Here where it goes. We'll go drive down the street on the highway, and the billboard says, Grandma says, pull up your pants. Well, Grandma don't have to say nothing to me. She don't have to say nothing to my children, because guess what? I'm going to be in their lives. I'm going to be the one telling them this is what a man looks like. And that's the true example of discipleship and mentorship in action. And it all starts with us men. And here's the thing about it. We have abdicated our roles so long, and then that now we got to lean on Big Mama to tell me how to be a man. That's ridiculous. And so the point is now, fellas, and again, in love, y'all forgive me, but we got to start standing up. We got to start taking our rightful seat of authority. And we got to claim and take back what the enemy has taken back. And that's because we let them have it.
Y'all keep it right here. You see it's going to be fired up after the break. So y'all keep it here at 797.
Let's go.